Emergencies can happen out of the blue, but how ready you are and the preventative steps that you have taken before an event can ultimately determine the fate of you and your family. Are you prepared for what can happen? An influenza pandemic would be a spike in the amount of sick people with a new strain of flu virus. According to Ready Wisconsin and FEMA, if a pandemic flu hits hard, you can expect doctors' offices and hospitals to be overwhelmed with sick people. Schools and businesses might have to close. Travel and public gatherings could be restricted. Even isolation quarantine measures put into place by public health officials. And antiviral medicines could be in limited supplies. A pandemic could last for some time, so you'll likely experience changes in your normal routines. It may be beneficial to know how an influenza pandemic spreads. An influenza pandemic spreads like any normal seasonal flu. That is, people who are infected cough and sneeze. An influenza pandemic could spread just like a normal seasonal flu. That is, people who are infected cough and sneeze into the open air, and healthy people contract the illness through air droplets breathed in, or by touching objects infected with the virus and then touching their eyes, nose, or mouth. Often, it's the simplest preventative measures that you can take to keep yourself well and protected. In the case of a flu pandemic, the most effective thing you can do is simply to wash your hands. Soap, warm water, and the friction of rubbing your hands together while you wash for 20 to 30 seconds may be all it takes to ward off the flu, as long as this is done before eating or touching your face. You can also use hand sanitizer, which can be more readily available when you are out and about. Another simple precaution is to cover your nose and mouth when you cough or sneeze. It's best to use your arm and not your hands to cover your cough or sneeze, as using your hands will spread on the virus whatever you happen to touch. The next tips take a little more effort, but the results are well worth it. Use a disinfectant to keep surfaces clean if someone in your house is sick. And keep those sick individuals home from school or work so they don't put other people in jeopardy of contracting the illness. Other preventative measures include eating a healthy diet, exercising regularly, getting enough rest, and getting an annual flu vaccination to help combat the virus, especially for those who are at high risk. With the interstate and railroads running through the heart of West Allis and West Milwaukee, and with the numerous businesses operating within the neighborhoods, an incident involving hazardous materials being leaked, spilled, or dispersed is not out of the realm of possibility. An accident where chemicals are released could be disastrous to the people and property of many of the neighborhoods abutting these thoroughfares and establishments. According to Ready Wisconsin and FEMA, the following are steps that you and your family will need to take to stay safe if you are affected by a hazmat incident. If you are asked to evacuate, do so immediately. Stay tuned to a radio for more information on evacuation routes and shelters. Stick to the routes you are instructed to use. Veering from them could put you and your family in serious danger. If you are caught outside when an incident occurs, get at least half a mile or 10 city blocks away from the affected area. Do not walk into or touch any spilled liquids, and cover your nose and mouth until you have left the area. If caught in your vehicle, it's best to stop, get out, and seek shelter. If you stay in your vehicle, close the windows and vents and shut off your air conditioner. If you are requested to stay in your home by authorities, get your children and pets inside quickly. Close and lock exterior doors and windows. Close vents and fireplace dampers. Turn off air conditioners and ventilation systems, sealing up your home the best way you can. Use towels and tape around your windows and under doors to seal off cracks from outside air. You may be inviting criminals into your home and not even know it. They come in attached emails and seemingly harmless internet sites. Once in, they release a virus that can corrupt your computer files or steal your identity, personal information, and can even put your children at risk. These criminals operate in a sealed container of computer codes, waiting for someone to open the seal and release them. Once free, they flow through your hard drive, folders, and files, siphoning off any personal information you have there. The results are disastrous and can take months or years to fix. How can you protect yourself and your family from a cybercrime? According to Ready Wisconsin and FEMA, there are ways to prevent a computer incident. Install antivirus software and keep it updated. Install a firewall that controls information between your computer and the internet. The firewall can block unauthorized material from connecting with your computer. Use strong passwords that consist of at least 8 characters containing upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and punctuation symbols. Do not run or open unfamiliar programs or emails, and do not open anything from an unsolicited source. Most of this is spam, pop-ups, or someone phishing to get a reply, so they can steal your personal information. Be wary of free software, as it may contain hidden virus or access code. And file sharing. It connects your computer with numerous others whose level of security could be questionable. Back up your files on separate external devices. For your children's safety and security, keep the computer in a central open location and monitor their online activity. Set rules and guidelines for computer use. Teach them how to use the internet properly, as it can provide a wealth of valuable information, but can also hide predators trolling the internet for an innocent child to victimize. Make sure that they never give out personal information to anyone on the computer. If you suspect something or someone is inappropriately contacting your children, call law enforcement immediately. What do you do if you fall victim to a cybercrime? If your computer has been hacked or infected with the virus, immediately unplug the internet connection from your computer. Scan your entire computer with a fully updated antivirus software. If you detect deceptive spam or email phishing, forward it to spam@uce.gov. Be sure to include the full header of the email, as this will help track down the sender. In the case of internet fraud from online shopping or an auction, report it to the Federal Trade Commission right away at www.ftc.gov. Besides your computer being at risk of cyber threats, so are your laptop, tablet, and cell phone. And these devices can be more easily stolen or misplaced. Have strong passwords, antivirus protection, and backing up your personal information is recommended. Therefore, as technology expands and your computing and contacts become more mobile, so does your personal information, and so do cyber criminals. Are you prepared?